Good morning, everybody. It's 6:03 on the West Coast and 7:03 here in Arizona. And good morning to you. And yeah, life is getting there. Got times to do everything, and hope you have your cup of coffee because it's early in the morning here on the West Coast. Not everywhere else is not early. I guess we're the late birds, right? Yeah, I know. We've been watching and listening to what's going on over in Israel, and what's happening over in. And let me make sure I got the volume off on all of these. Watching what's happening at Popo, what's happening over at Rick James, and make sure I've got all of the sound off on all these guys. Yep. And what's happening around the world. Crazy stuff. Trying to plan our future here, in my homestead, and y'all are trying to do your own things and get ready. I know my buddy 42 is not in the house yet, but he'll leave in about an hour when he's on his way to work. And so I want to say good morning to Timmy, good morning to Snowman, or the Snow King, I should say. And good morning to Susan, good morning to Beth. Has got a new gig. We like that, Beth. Good morning, Patches. Good morning, Canuck. Good morning, Just Simply Sue. Or it's better, good evening to you. Good morning, Flutter Girl. Good morning, Doc Rock 18. Good morning, Denise in the UK, which is, hey, it's afternoon to you too. Good afternoon. And good afternoon or evening to you, Croatian Dude 96. We've got a couple new ones out there. Barrett, or is Bird Tell Zero, and Brainstorm Mormon, and Wisp. Yeah, good morning to all of you. I pray that you're all doing well. Well, let's get with the program here and see what's happening with our world right now. GMX storm was canceled. Fast solar wind came through and just kind of moved it out. It did little to disturb our magnetic field. It kind of weird, man. It went up to near 700 and then just kind of chilled out, right? The lunar occultation of Venus is happening. Venus is about to disappear behind the moon. A rare and beautiful occultation will be visible during the morning hours of November 9th. That's this morning. From Europe, the Arab Peninsula, and parts of North Africa. Space weather reader Peter created a unique visual of this, and y'all aren't going to see it because it doesn't matter. It doesn't happen to us. It happens to them. As I take a rip of coffee here. We've had a couple of flares here, a little C2 and a C4 flare. Nothing really spectacular. I saw a slowdown happening, but also a new flare, our new sunspot's gotten busy, and it's right facing towards us. Number 3483 is facing toward us, and it poses a threat for M-class flares. It hasn't done one yet, and it's getting wiggy, but nothing yet. Solar wind right now is 509. Densities at 0.82 protons per cubic meter, and solar wind 509 kilometers every second. So it's blowing, baby, and it should mellow out, I think. Last night, Sunday night, November 5th, an enormous ring of red light appeared over the Caribbean. It was an LV, short for emissions of light and very low frequency perturbations due to the electromagnetic pulse sources It's a rare species of sprite discovered in the 1990s by space shuttle. An ELV was generated by intense lightning in a thunderstorm 725 miles or kilometers, south of this picture that's I'm going to show you here. One bolt was as strong as enough to generate an intense electromagnetic pulse, or an EMP. The red light or red ring marks a spot where the EMP hit Earth's ionosphere. Normal lightning bolts 10 to 30 kiloamperes of current. This bolt was 244 kiloamperes, about 10 times stronger than normal, and it lit up our sky. It sure did. A lightning bolt. Let me show you this pic. A lightning induced event. Yeah, watch this here. Ping, ding, 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 ding. So, electromagnetic pulse from a storm about 250 kilometers away from this location created this big old sprite. It's way up in the atmosphere. And it's like, what? Yeah. And pretty far out, man. It's like 25 times more powerful than normal lightning. Yeah, I know, bud. I got you. I'm working it. So there are interesting things that happen on our planet that we don't even know. We, here in a city. Hold on here. I'm gonna make this a little bit louder. I don't want to pick up on everybody snoring in the next room. Yeah, we're letting one loose. The world around us is amazing, and it's mind-boggling what happens. Most of us just live our lives, making money and spending money and eating and making love and trying to stay out of a war and voting and not voting and making things important and other things less important, and hopefully trying to do make the world a better place. But aside from all our busy lives being human beings, the world is alive as well. And it does things, and we have nothing to do with it. All right? And so when you have an electrical storm in one area of the world, and that's visible with 250 kilometers away, I don't know how far that is. Let me do this at 250. It's about 156 miles away, right? So for me, that would be here at the beach and in California, Southern Cal, and I would look eastward and I would see 156 miles is probably somewhere in the middle of the California desert, high desert, maybe even low desert. Yeah, probably up above the high and down back to the low. Out there, maybe desert center, and which take me 3 hours to get there. And this would show up in the night sky. And I don't know, Patches, how far away from you are the Pecos? Is it a couple 100 miles? I suppose if it's a flat land, you would see it further. But if it wasn't, but these things are up in the upper atmosphere. 91, all right. See, if Pecos had a storm, you would see this. And this electrical storm up in the atmosphere was 250 times as powerful as a normal electrical storm. You can see a regular storms at about 140 miles, eh? Yeah, man, it's... Man, do you see the sprites like this at times, Paul, or patches, you know? Yeah. Yeah, you get to monsoons, and the monsoons can get way the hell up there. You know, those giant cloud bursts. Because this thing's, I mean, these sprites, they're way up in the atmosphere. And I think the colors being red, I think it has to do with the chemicals up in the, or the elements up in the atmosphere as well. At random, we are in dark sky area. I have little to no lightning, no lights intruding. Yeah, right. So you can see far away. Yeah. Here I have all the light pollution. It's a fancy word by saying there's so many lights here and you don't see the stars. Oh, thank you there, Beth. Always a pleasure, dear. I pray everything is well with you, Beth. Can see lights from a city within 200 miles if conditions are right. Yeah, if there's no haze, right? But the Earth has its own EMPs. I think that's interesting as well. 240 kA stroke, man. That's fracking powerful. Frankie Lacerna, a shutter wizard. Frankie took this picture, and I think he's on the island out there, and he saw this stuff. Yeah, far freaking out, man. That's what I gotta say. So this is the location of this storm, right? He's in the Caribbean and Puerto Rico, and he saw this right here, way down here in just offshore, where that what do you call it? It was an earthquake down there, and Venezuela. So he saw it 450 miles away. That's what he said, 725 km. And he's Puerto Rican. He took that picture. That's freaking amazing, right? The ocean is, a long way over. And he knows what earthquakes are. Puerto Rico's really busy as hell. But he took that picture from this storm right here. And I think there's a place down in South America where it has so much electricity. I don't really know where it is. I think it's by Guyana or wherever that place is. I'm probably going to look it up here. The most busiest place of lightning in the world. Yeah, here's French Guyana right here. Somewhere out here, I think, gets more lightning than anywhere else. I'm pretty sure. Am I right? I know somebody would correct me on that because I'm known to be wrong. Not afraid to be wrong, just know it. Here's the lightning-induced LV event, and you can see whatever these little things mean. Here's another. Elves or LVs are the largest of all transient luminous events. They're much larger than red sprites and gigantic jets, which we've seen, like an upside down lightning shooting straight up into the sky, away from the land, it seems. They can be anywhere from 200 to 400 km wide. They will appear as air glow layer of atmosphere about 90 kilometers, which is just above the ionosphere. This one was triggered by a 244 kA stroke, and it was captured over a thunderstorm approximately 725 km away on November 5th, 23, facing south from Cabo Rojo, Puerto Rico. He's got a video of it, man. We should look into that video here. Let me see. Oh, well, he's got it. Is that the same one? No, it's not. Here, we'll just put it in here. and check it out. All right. Whoa, yeah, the glow. So he's looking to the south. Yeah, what a glow, man. Hey, there's TNA on screen. YouTube, you can't trust it. Can you see lights? Yeah. We're looking at Popo right here, right? Can't see anything. I think this is these are images. We can probably look up Popo. This is what's going on in the Israel Lebanon border, Gaza sky. Enough for more Gaza here, and more here. So here's more of some Gaza. This guy DD Cyprus, he's a wackadoodle, but he does what he does. Licensed by the AFP to show it, and he's pretty protective of it. Here we are looking at the quakes that are happening over there in Iceland. The last 4.1 was offshore. You're right, on the Rick James there. Most of them are happening, right on. A couple of big ones actually been happening there, but the uplift is happening right here on this part of the island. Right here, and they've been really bit, concerned, I should say. There's a lot happening here, and a lot happening up here. And where is it? There's that little city. Okay. Oh, I just had it. Damn. The power plant. I had the power plant. I apologize. I'm going to show you where the power plant is. I think. Is this the power plant? This might be the Blue Lagoon. Yeah, this is the Blue Lagoon here. That's in danger of being lost. There's the mountain that might erupt, or this one might erupt. They're not sure. Here's another mountain that might erupt. Here's Grindavik, the town. He's pretty close to the town, man. And he's like, hey. And I want to say that see what they do is they tap in a geothermal power plant. It's hard to see with all these dots. No, I think this is the Blue Lagoon. Yeah, this is the Blue Lagoon. Blue Lagoon's pretty small. It's a tourist site. I think over here. Naval transmitter. I don't know where it is. Keep coming back to the Blue Lagoon. It's near the Blue Lagoon. But anyway, it's a power plant. And geothermal power plant. It used to be one of the largest in the world, and then they did some stuff over in California, made it bigger. And so that's the largest from what I understand. For some reason I can't find it. Where the hell is it? Anyway, so the power plant's in jeopardy. And so if they lose the power plant, the Ruskies can drive their U-boats into the area pretty easily. I don't know where. I can't find it for some reason. I know the Blue Lagoon was here, and it was a little bit near there. What's PEX? PEX is a plastic water pipe. It's cheap, and it's easy to work with, and you can run it up in the rafters. You don't have to dig it into the ground. It's thick. There's a couple of forms of it. Yeah, and it's kind of the new generation of putting water in your buildings. But yeah, PEX is a good form. Yeah. Yeah, copper's super expensive, and copper has a tendency to deteriorate over time. A pinhole on anything is going to create problems. Water is just destructive, and yet we love it. We need it. We are water, and you have to manage it. Yeah, or else it'll manage you, and you're well aware of that, Susan. And looking at Rick James here, you can see the thermals coming up. I think the Blue Lagoon's like right over there. Looking at Cali, looking at some noise here coming through. See what the feed says. Not a lot. All right. And look at it. Oh, something happened in maybe Vanuatu. We just had some event happen. Pretty good little rocker there. Maybe a 5 there. But anyway, we'll keep monitoring that for you. So back to it. So this is the video of the lunar occultation, which doesn't affect all of us, but in the Americas, but it does affect Europe and Africa. This little booger right here, that's the one they're worried about, having the possibility of M flares. It's almost dead center. It's the one that just grew up all of a sudden, and so this one's leaving. This one's a pretty big one, but they're all stable. This is the only one that's unstable. And the corona hole, well, guess what? It's gone. All right. Let's see see, I see a little something here. This sunspot's leaving. Let's see the real time here. The BZ's way up in the north. Solar flares here. Yeah, there hasn't been a strong solar flare here. Just a C6. This one here is a C5. C4. This is a C3 here. C3 or 4. 4. So there is a little bit of an uptick. Not much. So looking at the disk, you can see nothing to worry about right there. I don't see anything. These are the sunspots. It's taken today at 14:15 UT. About a few minutes ago. Yeah, I see that little. Yep. Man, that one might release something here. Let's go ahead and look at Lascaux. There it is right there. It looks like something's coming at us right now. As it pops out. Yeah, there is something right at the very end. We don't know if that's coming at us or coming away. But definitely something just released. You can see it right there. From the sun. And wow. From 8 o'clock to 13. That's a minute. There's a loss of time on the satellites. They must have had to turn them down due to a blast of something. From 8 o'clock to 1300 hours. That's 5 hours. 5-hour loss. So we'll have to wait and see. This is the wind that we just had right there, right? The projection, you can see not much happening. A down tick again, maybe some more quiet time from the sun. All the wind you can see on the bottom, the velocity is just about to end, and we're going to go into a quiet time, a little uptick again, probably around the 14th. So that latest event is done. This event here is not going to hit us dead on. There's a good blast. Yeah, this is a little one I'm looking at over here. See, this is the disc turns this way. So we watch here. It takes like a week before it gets to right here. That's dead on us. And you can see these ones are already moving to the right. So not to worry. Not to worry. 19 fireballs across North America. It's in Canada, U.S., and Mexico. 2,349 potentially hazardous asteroids are being watched. That's an asteroid that's 100 meters or bigger, and which is 300 feet. And we're looking at the 9th. We have 2 rocks. One is about 6.3 lunar distance away, and the other one's about 14.5. Both rocks are, one is 90 feet, and the other one's about 45 feet, thereabouts. So under 50, and the other one's under 100. Chance of geometric storms, 15% probability for mid-latitudes, 15% for the upper. Solar flares dramatically have dropped, so 10% for Class M, only 1% for Class X. And we'll look at the tremors, see what's happening, if there are anything happening. Only 7, and that's where they were just coming out of Washington. We already looked yesterday. We looked at the Mount Rainier. We looked at St. Helens, and these vibrations aren't affecting it at all. The buoys, we had 3 buoys yesterday activated, and we'll check them out again today. Nope, they are not activated anymore. And that's it. Yep, nothing there. Power outages across the United States, all clear. What else we have here? Ground magnetics. We got a little bit. Ground magnets are important for what? Showing what's going on. The sun is mellowing out, and therefore there's not much ground magnetics. When we get a strong aurora or a strong geometric storm, it comes up. You can see where it's peaking and it drops. And this is current, so not a whole lot to report there. It just seems like this year kind of like burp, and it'll supposedly pick up big time next year. Solar wind, the graph on this, or the animation. 470s, the protons bounce around 5. Dynamic pressures up 1.6 and then down to 0. Not seeing a whole lot. Yeah, proton densities is still down, so kind of weird time that we're in. Not complaining. We talked about, I think on Monday, about the ring current, and I'll see if I can find something for you, a video on, so you can understand what the ring current does on our planet, and the way the sun and the ring current interact, and how the ring current and our core react. The magnetosphere on the outside and the electromagnetic engine of our planet, and how things move, and how they like hiccup or combust or whatever they do and create earthquakes and storms. Yesterday I checked, there's no current storm from NOAA and no tropical cyclone activity not expected anywhere in the Americas. The firms, we've been checking out the firms, and I wanted to do rabbit hole last night, just didn't work out. Check this out now. Now we're at Missouri, all the way to Monterey again. And if I back out, you can see a little bit better. There you go. And again, back to Toronto, right? Each have a little hook on the bottom, kind of a little bow, almost like there's something moving that direction. And North Dakota Claude, yeah, look at the North Dakota right up here. We can probably see that on COD. Natural color fire. Go to 200. Localize it. Let's see if we can see something happening here. And we'll push play. This is the area that had all the hot spots. Not seeing anything. Yeah, a lot of cloud coverage. So let's look at it a different way. Shortwave IR. Should show up in little black dots. Not seeing much. The chemical plant explosion in Shepherd, Texas was visible here in COD yesterday. Oh, that's terrible. Well, shoot, how do you look at dirty? We'll look at dirty and look at the global here. Look at the whole United States. Look in Canada. Looks like a little bit of storm way up in Canada. Big storm coming down the coast. May pose some rain for us here in Cali, but we'll see. My buddy in North Dakota, he's got a little bit of rain, but nothing else. Very dry. It just appears like the storms are going right over the top of him. This big storm weather maker coming into the BC right now, all the way down into Cali. We might get some rain here in Lompoc, all the way down there. I don't know if they'll get any here, but because I'm pretty far south. Yeah, we may get some. It's clear as a bell right now here. So, Canuck got a little bit of something. A little storm worked its way through. Budgie Bird got a little something there in New Hampshire. And we used to have somebody in Vermont, but not here no more. Let's see what else. Texas is getting some weather for sure. You're getting a little humidity there too, aren't you, Patches? Yeah, thank you, sister. Vanuatu got a 5. Well, that's what I was thinking. That was a 5. And I don't know where it was, but beach type weather at 60 degrees Fahrenheit, he says. You wish you were at the beach. Yeah. Well, that is that. So firms, we don't know why this is happening. It didn't pick up anything. So we'll keep monitoring that. There was a lot of cloud coverage there, so Landsat is what Landsat sees it. So I remember seeing earthquakes come, or stuff coming down, and then they change COD, and can't see it anymore because it was sensitive enough to pick up on heat, and I think they've done fixed that problem because we were watching them shoot the lasers too, causing them fires. Yep. Hot spots in the oil fields in North Dakota. All right. Thank you, buddy. All right, well, let's go right into the volcano news today. Of note, we've got a couple volcanoes we're watching, and Santa Guido, sporadic, Santa Guido, Santa Maria, they're in Ecuador. So is Fuego, Simiru, Shivalush. Shivalush is back in the news. Ibu, Rick James, Mayon, Nevada del Ruiz, and Seminkaya. Alrighty then. Shivalush, not identifiable. Then why is it on the news? Seminkaya volcano down in the armpit of South America. Sporadic. Rick James volcano update, magnitude 5 quake near Grindavik. Yep. Bam. A 5.0 quake hit this morning. Rick James Peninsula, approximately 3 kilometers north of Grindavik, in the center of the area where the inflation has been going due to magma intrusion at depth. This is so far the largest quake in 12 days. Strong quake. 5 is no joke. If you've ever been in a 5, you know you've been in a quake. Fuego is popping a 15. That's its normal. Simiru is a 14. That's its normal. Ibu, Dacono, both doing 7,000. Up there through the Molucca Sea on Halimarahara Islands. In, Ibu and Dacono popping. And Nevada del Ruiz in Colombia, 21. It's from a 17 and change. Not a big bopper, but it's alive and it's active. Seminkaya volcano. Just ash emissions there in the armpit of South America. And that's like right here in this armpit. Mayon volcano still erupting there in the Philippines. And you see that right up in here. And that's it. All right, so we'll just go to the EMSC, check out the latest earthquakes. Yep, and we'll cruise down to, not to the 31st, but we're on the 9th. Man, I went too far, didn't I? 8th. Yeah, here's the island. 13 hours ago, boom, a big 4.5 in Iceland. Iceland's popping pretty good. Boom, 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 boom. Indonesia, right after that 7.1, still, banging away. West Texas is still doing its thing, probably due to drilling. Turkey-Syrian border had a 4.6 12 hours ago. 4.5 in Iceland. I mean, this is banging, all right? It's going to erupt as the magma comes to the top. Canucks made it back. It was good to see you, my brother. They expect a big eruption that will most likely take out the Blue Lagoon and the power plant. Maybe even Grindavik. Yeah, they've told people to get the hell out of Grindavik. Yep. Antofagasta, Chile had a 4.1. Salta 3.2. 3.8. West Texas is still bouncing. Almost near 3s. Yeah, look at this West Texas going on. We've got a bit of a swarm in West Texas. Well, it did have a 5.2, right? Or they knocked that thing down again too. All better? Thank God. Yep. I guess prayer does work for you, bud. Because we prayed for you. I know I did. Jalisco, Thailand. Look at Thailand. Hey, that's interesting. 7 hours ago. Let's see if it's on the USGS. There's the Vanuatu, 5.1. That's by its own volcano as well. Yep, USGS does not have it. Okay, let's check it out. Thailand right in here. Nothing. Interesting that the quake is there. Uh-oh. Yeah. Good thing I have one available. Did it put it in backwards? My mouse just shut off. What should we do? Let's put it in there. Supposed to go in one way or another. Suppose I can test it, but oh, there we go. We got power, baby. Yep, I had one set. Right here is Yomatan, Japan, basically by Okinawa here. Test. I don't want to hear that noise. Change your smoke detector batteries once a year for sure. But you get the lifelong ones now. Oh. Yeah. But anyway, so USGS does not have it. And what is the power of this one? 4.7. So the idea that USGS even looks at a 4.5 and above, straight bullshit. Yeah, I can say bullshit. It's frustration. 4.3 band to sea just came out, not on USGS. Tarapaca, Chile had a 4.5. We saw that this morning as well, an hour 43 minutes ago. West Texas is doing 2s. Could be a bunch of, gas and natural gas earthquakes. They're doing quite a bit over there. I always thought they were kind of the older of the drilling, but maybe there's some new stuff up there. I don't know. Pradesh, India, South Fiji Islands, 4.6 at 162 depth. Kind of a weird number. I mean, they did the 4.6. Yeah, so expecting maybe a shallow 5 thereabouts, and right there, it happened. Okay, heard. And 5 happened here in Tonga late yesterday, and yeah, that's it, baby. It's one of those times where it was picking up, got exciting, and then sorry to say, for those who want to see all the hoopla, clearly I don't even, what do you want to call this damn thing, the Fiji liniment, the Fiji to Alaska or Iceland liniment is still busy. Funny thing about Etna's not busy. I think when Iceland gets busy volcanically, Etna gets busy. So we'll be watching that. There was a scare in over by Vesuvius, and nothing's happened yet. But hey, we'll keep an eye on it for you. Big hugs, y'all. That's it for this portion of the report in the morning. I'm going to go ahead and put this one up there on YouTube. And in case anybody's missed it, it's only an hour if. Let's see if there's anything else. Did I miss anything? Yeah, there's just nothing, right? We can look at windy, see if there's any storms in the west. No. Nope. And volcanoes, quiet other than a couple. Interesting what's going on. And it looks like waves coming through here. Here's another new wave. See how long it takes to heat up or move over here. It looks to me like about 3 days. 3 days where there's a wave coming through. Another one. But hey, it's all subjective, right? We'll see. We'll be watching for you for Popo and the others. Watching out for Gaza and Iceland. There is a report out, so we'll watch that here. Big hugs, y'all. And remember, don't get none on you. I'm Joe, and I'm out, baby.